Warm welcome. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch at the 9th of May 2025. The situation is the moon in the sign of Libra and the sun in the sign of Taurus. As I I didn't do it in English. I didn't point anything out yesterday. To explain it in English, as long as the moon is in the sign of Libra and the sun is in the sign of Taurus, they both depend on Venus, and the Venus is still being in the sign of Aries. Aries is being ruled by Mars. Mars is in the sign of Leo, and then it's all up to the sun again and goes back to Taurus. This is the disposition circle, or how we call it. Both signs depending on Venus don't work together too well. They need human artificial work, or better to say artwork of human beings, to get together fine. In my German version yesterday, I pointed out that, for instance, if you are building something, a structure, a building for public use, for instance, there's one level of how do we finance it. This is the Taurus level. And the other level is how are we going to put beauty in it, or even compatibility to social movements. Anything like that is Libra. And this needs money, of course. This is expensive. It needs thoughts. And it needs an idea of balancing out things. So this is the challenge nowadays. Chiron has left Mercury, or the other way around. Mercury has left Chiron for good. So this is not the pressing danger too much. And to round this little show up, this is my weekend take. We are going to have a little view on the new Pope's chart. The day is known, the birth time is not known, so I put out a chart for noon, 12 o'clock. And this is a Virgo Pope, calls himself Leo, which is most fitting to Mars in the sign of Leo, now running in the sign of Leo. But he has other presence, facts in the sign of Leo. This is the chart. We don't know about the moon. The moon could just as well be in the sign of Leo. Maybe even he has a conjunction Jupiter, Pluto, moon in the sign of Leo. This is for the birth time is not known. And if he was born in the early morning hours, he will have a Leo moon. This is the aspect of the very rich people, the billionaires. Pluto conjuncting Jupiter. If it has a connection to his second house, he's at the right place, because the Catholic Church is one of the richest societies on earth, especially rich on real estate and earning grounds. I think it earns still half of the ground in Europe. And this is what it's all about. Interesting enough is that Catholics get a pope in the sign of Virgo as the south node is going through the sign of Virgo. So this is a person of the past. It's a person who is there to re-establish an order of the past. The future would be the opposite. It would be Pisces, and they picked a person to re-establish the past, nothing else. He's also scientifical educated. He's a mathematician, so he's one of those scientifical madmen trying to push and pull the world into that climate change scam. And it's the worst pick that was imaginable, I would say. And all right, where does he have to go? To be a mathematician is very well fitting to have the south node personally. This is not the running south node. In the inside, that's his personal chart, is in the sign of Gemini. This is mathematics. Gemini is mathematics, but he has a lack of wisdom which goes into the direction of Sagittarius, and nothing is more needed than wisdom these days. He has an obvious need for developing that. Now, sitting on a chair of the Pope, in my take, would require some wisdom at the first hand, and it shouldn't be something that needs to be developed. He'll sure get to the development somehow. I don't have no doubt. Also, interesting is while Pluto is running in the sign of Aquarius, and the need and the longing for freedom is rising, somebody calls himself Leo in the opposite. This is the self-established kingdom, somebody who's acting in a way that he doesn't really care about us. Who cares about us? So this is one of the picks of these days of people trying to re-establish trust in science. Could we call that? Well, before it's possible to re-establish trust in science, science has to change, basically. First of all, it's the physics that have to change. We are being lied on since 1919. There is no general relativity. There is no space-time. There is no space-room. Nothing like that. It's all scam. And if you hear that, listening to an astrologer, you might think, well, this is a crazy guy, tinfoil hat, esoterical bullshit thinking. No, it can be proved. The theory of relativity is disproved since 1994 by a professor called Günther Niemz, University of Cologne. And there's no doubt about it. It's all a scam. We're living in times of hollow ground, I could say it this way. In the evening at 10 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday, so that's not today, I'm taking this video on Friday, the moon will move over towards the sign of Scorpio, and up to that tension is of course growing. When the moon moves over to Scorpio, we are in the full moon energy, and this is the real energy of the witches riding their broom. It's not on the 1st of May, it's on full moon, of course. How else could it be? And it will be very interesting, the moon hitting Lilith. What blinking signs of Lilith in the sign of Scorpio will be obvious. So take care, make your broom ready, and have a good weekend. This is Markus Termin at the 9th of April 2025. In case you want to get, that's the phone ringing somewhere, in contact, this is the address to get in contact with the genius German astrologer and to have a reading, send you the Zoom link and anything like that.